Welcome back to Beauty, Business, and Mind podcast. So I put mind back in because I am not a fan of the word mindset. I love being mindful. I love to use my mind limitations, my mind expectations, my mind talk. I do not like the word mindset, but I love the word mind. So we added that back onto the podcast name. And also, this week's episode is what type of content should you be doing for your business? Should it be video? Should it be written? Should it be audio? What is the best content for your business? We're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about that mean mind talk that happens inside of our brain that, maybe we don't look a certain way and we're not confident in that way, or we don't know how to do a video, or how to do an audio, or how to utilize written word. So we're going to be talking about those three today because it is not one size fits all. We all got into business to grow and thrive, but I am going into this new phase of sustainable marketing. So what the heck is sustainable marketing? I started my journey in 2017 in beauty school. I started making videos. And if you didn't know this, I am about to unleash a very deep secret about my marketing strategy. And I hope you utilize it, okay? Because you have already a lot of this stuff probably hidden somewhere in your phone. I utilize old videos and old things to repurpose it for my content. That is sustainable marketing. It is not this whole create nonstop and pressure yourself into like you want to cry. It is about being smart and strategic with what you do have. So as we get started into this episode, relax your shoulders, okay? Stretch your arms into a big wave, like you're going swimming. Stretch those arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Maybe give your jaw a little massage. Relax your hands, okay? And take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's get to this. What is the best type of content that you should be making to really be impactful and really help grow your business? Here is your answer, and you really need to be truly honest with yourself. What is your most natural and best communication style? Yes, you probably were not expecting that one. And this is why I say this. What comes more natural to you is where you're going to be able to do the most. Video is super easy for me to do. And it's not because and we're going to talk about this, okay? But it's not because I'm confident in it. It's not because I think I'm everything with a bag of chips. It's because it comes really easy for me. I see video as I turn on the button, I do, and I say what I have to say, and I feel in my heart, and then I turn it off. That is what video means to me. Audio is also, it's second in my list because it's also natural to me, but because I am bilingual, right? So I speak Spanish and English. It gets a little trickier for me to do audio. So it takes a little more effort, but I also love doing it. I feel less pressure than doing video on that one. Written is the hardest type of content for me to create. Okay, my grammatic is not good. I don't know how the heck I got into English 1A. Straight out of high school, I could have gone to like the highest level of English, and now I can't even do simple grammatical, corrections on the stuff I write. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But that is me. And this is why I want you to choose your best type of content that comes the easiest for you, because that's going to create consistency. The best type of content that you can create for your business is the content that you're going to be consistent in. Rain or shine, where are you going to be consistent? So that's something I really need to think about for yourself and be honest with yourself. And we're going to talk about we're going to talk about 5 things today. So we're going to go over a little bit about video, a little bit about audio, Also about written, how to utilize it to grow your business. Some, little hacks that I know. We're also going to talk about like body image and confidence, okay? So showing up to grow your business. Let's get to it. So video. Okay, let's start with video first. Video is the simplest one. Video you can do, you don't even have to be on a platform. You can literally go on your iPhone or your whatever phone you like to use and go on your video and start recording about a certain topic. It can be a 2-minute video. If you've never watched my lives at Celeste the Stylist, I do lives that are literally 2 minutes to 5 minutes long, sometimes 6 at the longest. I do very short lives. I like to go exactly to the point and then get off. I don't want to ramble. I don't want to, take away from people's time. I want to be impactful to the point. That's why I love using video. So what are some types of things that's really working well right now in video? You can do lives, and I know lives can be very scary for many people, but I love lives because nobody is expecting perfection. Your phone can ring, your battery can be dying, and your phone's trying to turn off. It's happened to me many times. The kids can be screaming in the background. The lighting can be off. They're super forgiving with live video. It's in the moment. It's live. You get to say hi. People get to jump in and interact with you. So it's the most forgiving type of video, in my opinion. It's live video. So if you want to use that, I would recommend live video. And please save it and repurpose it. Okay, so you can actually save it. You can repurpose it you can actually, I don't know if you knew this, but like on Instagram, you can send that to Pinterest and you can repost it on Pinterest. You can repost it on other platforms like Facebook. Repurpose your content, okay? Like utilize the best you can in a video. Video is one of the most highly consumed type of content right now, and over 80% of people consume video on silent mode, just so you know. So if you want to add captions, please add captions to your video. Also, that's being very for neurodiversity. We all learn different and we all have different capabilities. Please add captions. I think it's very important. I did want to add that on there. And it's the funnest thing to do. You can do reels on that. You can do TikToks on that. You can do YouTube shorts on that. You can do Pinterest things. You can do so many things. So I just love utilizing video. I love that you can repurpose video. I still utilize video that is like over 4 years old. So that's the beauty of video. That's why I love video so much. And if you didn't know also, video really helps also for you to show up on the Google rankings, on website rankings, and on the web. It's one of the things that has really helped me to grow my brand. So just putting it out there. That's how you can utilize video for your business. Next is go to audio. Okay, so if you're an audio person, you can use notes on your phone. You can do like the voice notes, and you can send in your email marketing thing. You can use audio for your podcast, which I'm doing right now. I'm recording literally my podcast on my bed, in my house, in my room. It's super easy to do. It's really easy to digest for the audience. Somebody can I listen to podcast and audio when I am driving, when I am exercising, when I'm outside, when I'm trying to, get out of my head, when I need a little bit of motivation. So it has different type of tools. I love that I don't have to be looking at the screen, and I can really literally pop on my headphones. So if you love doing audio, don't discourage yourself from that. Now there's awesome platforms as well with podcasts that you can it automatically post it to your website. So there's lots of cool tools for audio right now, and that can really help grow your business because I know, and I've seen some of these platforms where it will take your podcast and it literally puts a little like bleep, like a little thing of like what the topic is about. And, like a little summary that you write in your podcast, it puts it right there on the website, which helps for search engine optimization, also known as SEO, which is how you come up on the web. Okay, so that's how you can utilize audio. You can also utilize audio for your freebies. I just did a I did a talk last month, and one of my freebies was audio because I love audio and I think it's so easy. Nobody has to be freaking like watching me. They can literally pop me in their ear and listen to that. So I thought that was really helpful. So that is on audio. Next, we're going to talk about the written. And I think written word is really underutilized and undervalued, but it's so important. I wish I could write really well, but Mama can't, okay? And she's okay with that. So you can do a blog for written word. You can do a blog for your email marketing or text marketing. If you're amazing at writing, do that. You can do it to create freebies, written like one page PDFs for your clients, or to build your email list. You can use the written word also for your website to make sure that it's optimized for SEO to be more searchable. You can write content for other people and on blogs for others. So if you have really that skill to be able to write, utilize whichever one of those three is really good for you. Okay. I think it's really important that we focus more on our strengths than trying to become strong at something because everybody's doing it. And let me share a little bit about that. When you're comfortable and you love doing one form of this type of content, you're going to be more consistent. I am on my social media every week without like a doubt. Like I'm always on social, at least once a week on my platforms. And it's all done via video. Why? Because it comes very easily to me and I enjoy it. If I had to write a blog and if I had to do a podcast like nonstop, which I tried, but I was working doing a special project, so I had to take a little break. But I have learned that with audio for me, I love doing it more natural like this. I know I could batch the content and sometimes I do. So it's like pre-scheduled, but I really love also being able to do it organically, okay? So if you want to be consistent to grow your business, choose whichever one, whether it's audio, video, or written word, whichever one you're going to be really more drawn to and you love to do that. So number 2, we're going to be talking about our body image, right? Sometimes our body, how we look, it stops us, okay? And I really wanted to talk about this because I think it's not addressed enough and it's reality of things. I am so grateful and so thankful for you. I am so grateful and thankful for the universe, for God, for energy, for everything around me that has opened so many opportunities for me in my life, both personally and, in business. And I have struggled with my body image my whole life. I was made fun of when I was really little for being la gorda, which is like, the fat one. So that was my nickname. So everybody always called me fat. I turned 15, I got skinny. Had my first baby, I got chunky. And then I turned really slim. And now with my third baby, trying to lose this baby weight has been a pain in my butt. And I have been struggling with my body weight, and doing videos, right? And so I want to share this. I'm going to be very vulnerable. I'm going to open up. I trust you and I welcome you to this space and let's do this. I did an experiment for 2 years. I got tired of going to taking courses and classes and being at events and hearing people say that if you don't dress the part or look the part or look quote unquote professional, that you cannot be successful. I have naturally curly hair. I do have curl in texture in my hair. And it tends to be pretty frizzy. I refuse to do Brazilian blowouts on my hair. I don't want those chemicals on me. And I got so tired of hearing that we have to have our hair look polished and beautiful and the curls and the style and everything is what makes us successful. I got tired of that shit. So I did an experiment for 2 years and this is why I've learned. So I'm showing up now more on social with makeup, with the type of makeup I like to do. Sometimes I want to go heavy, sometimes I don't. And I am experimenting in all that. I have learned that I can be very successful, if not more, being authentic to who I am. And I hope this encourages you to be authentic to who you are. I have gone on social, I've shared pictures and, information of how much I weigh, of, photo shoot. I'm heavy and, which is heavy for me. And I feel uncomfortable, but I feel it's really important to show my children and my girls that we're allowed to love ourselves and accept ourselves in all of our forms, big or small, no matter what. We're worthy of our success and we're worthy to show up for ourselves and for others, even if we don't look as we used to before. And I'm here to say it loud and proud that I think it's a lot of bullshit that we do not have to look beautiful with a whole bunch of fucking makeup on our face all the time to be successful. We do not have to be all polished and perfect and with our hair well done to be successful. And that showing up as our authentic selves is what makes us successful. And it's what is going to make you successful in this world. Because nobody can be you. I've been saying this back since 2017. Nobody can be you. That's your superpower. That is your magic salsa, is that nobody can be like you. And you're worthy of your success in all of your forms, with makeup, without makeup, dressed up and not, big hair, no hair, whatever it is. You are worthy of it. And I really wanted to share that experiment with you. I still was able to work with brands and work with a bigger company, and lots of beautiful things have happened throughout my life, being authentically who I am, swearing and all the stuff I do. It has worked for me. And it can work for you too if you're real to who you are. So I wanted to share that part of the body image because I thought a lot if I wanted to continue showing up online, because it was starting to affect my confidence in how I perceive myself, because my body looks different. And I kept showing up because I was doing the experiment, number one, and number two, for my girls, because I'm a mother of two girls, and I want them to know that they're worthy and beautiful in all of their form. And what better example than for me to be the example that you can love yourself in all your forms. So we talk about body image today a little bit because sometimes doing video, we don't want to because maybe the kids are in the background or we don't have a nice place. If you haven't heard my other episode, I'm living right now in a condo and it's not the prettiest. And I don't like it. And I don't really have recording place, but I'm making it work. And sometimes we don't want to show up online because maybe we don't look slim enough, or we don't seem pretty enough, or maybe we're having an off day and we didn't do our hair, or it's a no makeup type of day, or it's a big bun or chongo day, or like what, my family would say, like fodonga day, right? Like you're all like a mess. And I'm here to tell you from experience that that shit doesn't matter. What matters is the value that you show up to share with the world. What matters is your heart and your intention behind what you're doing and why you're doing it. That is what matters. And I really hope, my hope is within our industry, is that we are able to be really, truly by actions, not by just freaking words and talk. By actions, we are more inclusive of what we do. And that we're able to show it with words, that we're able to, I hope one day I'm able to see somebody in the cover of a magazine who's in all her beautiful natural self, with her natural hair and with her natural skin, and that's beautiful too. And simplicity can be beautiful too. But now that I'm off my soapbox. So if you want to do videos, show up and be you. And do your video. Don't allow anything to stop you. You can be yourself. I am quirky. I'm weird. I guess sometimes people say funny. And I just do what I do. Comes very natural to me. It's not scripted. I don't have a script. If you want to use a script, go right ahead. But I'm very intentional. When I show up on live video, I have one object, like one point to make, and I need to get off. That's all. Or else I'll start rambling. So that would be my hot tip for video. But please show up as your authentic self. In a world of so much pressure to be so many things, I think it takes more, in my humble opinion, it takes more courage to be who you truly are, to show up as yourself. And I was watching this thing with Brene Brown as we move on to the last part of this episode. And it was about courage. And in order to have courage, you need to be willing to be vulnerable, okay? So put your vulnerability out there. And part of putting your vulnerability out there, it's not oversharing and telling people everything, but it's able to have the courage to show up and fail. And I love that she said that because it's so true. We are going to fail. I have failed many times. I have made endless mistakes in my lives. When I've done lives, I've done endless mistakes when I do a reel and I don't, save it the right caption at the right spot, or, some type of glitch happens. And like, I just did a reel this week, and one of the icons didn't come up on time. I don't know what the heck happened to my 90-second icon on my reel, but it didn't show up. I didn't erase it. I kept it there because it reminds me that I'm still human and there's stuff I need to work on, but also the intention behind it, that I wanted to help other people to know, hey, you can do this other cool stuff now with your reels on Instagram. So that is the intention behind it. And that's what I'm sharing, that part of doing lives too is going to take that vulnerability of you to be able to be willing to fail. Because part of growth and part of being courageous is being willing to fail and get up and try it again. But most importantly, to end this week's episode on what to use to grow your business, is choose whatever you're going to be more consistent on. So choose and stick to it. It takes time. I have been doing videos since 2017. That's a long time. Since 2017, and the videos that I've gone viral before, which has been hilarious. Yes, virality has helped me be in magazines and publishings. Yeah, that's true. Some of the videos were horrible. I don't even know how the heck I got published or went viral with such a horrible video, but I did. I'm being real right now. And most importantly, I've just been consistent. I'm always consistent on that. I love doing video. It's something I truly love. That's why I do it. And it has helped grow my business a lot and my brand. And you can do it too, but you have to be consistent. Like if you take it from 2017 to 2022, okay, in August of 2017 is when I really started doing videos. That's been almost 5 years. And I wish more people were more honest about how long it takes. And I'm starting to see it more. I'm starting to see, even with big online educators, that, hey, the first time they launched, they made maybe one sale or no sales. That maybe the first 5 or 10 years in business, they hadn't made $1 million in their business yet. That maybe the first 5 years they were lucky if they made, the first 5 figures, 10,000, 20,000, or the $60,000 launch came in 4 years after having an online business. All the truth behind things is that we only see on social part of the story. We don't see the full thing. And the reality of anything, even like whether you like him or not, even with Gary Vee, I know he's been on YouTube since 2005, I think, or 2002. I forget. I think it was 2005, he said. But anyways, he has been on that freaking platform forever. He has been doing videos forever. He has been building his brand forever. Yeah, now he has NFTs and he has this huge brand and he's done books and all this stuff. But it took him a long time, and he got said a lot no throughout the whole process, and it didn't come overnight. It may seem to a lot of us like it's overnight, but it's not. There's so many people out there, and I wish there was more of an authentic talk about what it took him to get there. I know of educators that have barely been making $300 a week working behind a chair. When they started, I know educators who were working at barber shops. I know educators who were charging super little, like $100, $150 for full transformation balayage services, who are now amazing educators on boxes of brands. We all have a story. And that is the point of today's podcast, is that we all have a story and nothing happens overnight. It's a process. And the ones who see the growth are the ones who stick by it. Sometimes when I do live videos, one person will show up. Sometimes 5 people will show up. Sometimes I get 50 views. Sometimes I get 500 views. Sometimes I get 2 likes. Sometimes I'll get 50 likes. Sometimes I get 100 likes. It all varies. But one thing that does not vary, that has really helped me to continue growing in the growth stage of things and sustain where I'm at today, it has been that I don't quit. It's that I continue showing up no matter what, no matter how hard things get or how unmotivated I feel. Because today, as I share this podcast episode, you, my listener, you're the person who are listening today. You are the reason why I show up. When I get those DMs, that's why I show up. Is because just like I have a voice and I share my experiences and I share my knowledge with you, so do you. You have knowledge and you have experience that only you can share it the way that you're going to. And it doesn't matter that 50,000 people can be talking about the same thing, but nobody can share it like you can. So take your brand out there. Start showing the personality of your brand. Start showing that brand out to everybody so they can start being fulfilled as well with your knowledge. And be willing to make mistakes, be willing to experiment, because as I am nearing the end of my Google Digital Marketer and e-commerce certification, which has been very extensive, and I have been writing a lot of notes, because man, have I been learning so much through this, is that even through their own eyes and their own words, is that marketing is ever changing and nothing stays the same. Platforms and even digital marketing is going to continue changing for the next 10 years. And, like they've been talking, that VR, which is, virtual reality, is going to start taking in it. With cars being self-driving, that's going to be part of the customer experience in a few years. And I know that sounds pretty futuristic and crazy, but that is where we're headed. So in a digital world, right, where everything's on social and things, yes, there's lots of tactics and things that we have to really be doing outside of social, but don't get left behind by not utilizing it right now that it's free. Utilize these free platforms to grow your business. Utilize these free platforms to grow your brand awareness, right? So people know about you. They're aware that your business exists, and they're able to, be able to learn from you. But most importantly, choose your why. Why, and are you going to be consistent every week to show up? Why are you creating this content? And why is this going to be of value to your potential or existing customers? Why are you doing it? Because it's your why that's going to make you and help you keep going when you want to quit. My why is that I wish somebody would have been out there like me. I wish there was somebody like me that would have been 3 to 5 years ahead of me, or even a year ahead of me, to really help me and be real AF with what it's going to take to move up to the next level. I really wish there was somebody who would have showed me and helped me understand that I can be my authentic self, and that I'm not broken for being an introverted human, and that I could be successful being an introverted educator in the beauty industry. And I wish somebody would have told me that my voice matters, just like your voice matters as well. So it's okay if you're scared, but do it anyways. Show up online, show up your content, and choose what's best for you. Whether it's video, audio, or written word, all 3 are powerful. And I have shared with you some tips on how to utilize it to grow your business and online presence. So with that, I hope you have an amazing weekend. It's 92 degrees here. I am freaking burning up. I'm melting. I'm about to go grab some water. So thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. And lastly, all of my freebies are going away. I'm redoing all of them, so they're going to be removed on Monday. So if you want to grab any of my existing freebies, go ahead and go to celestestylist.com and you can scroll down to the freebies section. And you can go ahead and get access to those because I will be switching them up and removing them on Monday. So much love. I will see you back here next week. Bye, love.